Your dog just licked you. Maybe it was your hand. Maybe your face. Maybe you woke up this morning not to your alarm but to a warm tongue already working across your cheek before you had even opened your eyes. And you smiled. Because you know what it means. Love. Affection. Your dog's version of a kiss. Except, here is the thing nobody tells you, that is only one small piece of what is actually happening. Because licking is not a single behavior in your dog's world. It is an entire language. One with different words depending on when they do it, where they do it, how long it lasts, and what the rest of their body is doing in that moment. And some of those meanings will genuinely surprise you. Including the last one. We are saving that one for the end, because it is the meaning that looks most like love and is actually your dog trying to tell you something is wrong. And once you know it, you will never read a lick the same way again. Stay with us, let us start here. Because yes, genuine warmth is real. The bond is real. And when your dog licks you slowly, gently, in a quiet moment when nothing is happening and no one is arriving, that is absolutely real affection. But it is not a kiss. Not in the human sense. It is something far older than that. In the very first hours of a puppy's life, before their eyes open, before they can hear a single sound, the first sensation they ever experience is their mother's tongue. She licks them to stimulate breathing. To warm them. To tell them, in the only language available to a newborn animal, that the world outside the womb is safe. That association, licking equals the most fundamental safety that exists, is formed before memory even begins. And it never leaves. So when your dog gives you those slow, unhurried licks in a calm moment, they are drawing on something ancient. Not performing affection. Reaching back toward the very first experience of safety they ever had. And placing you inside it. That is not a kiss. That is something considerably more significant. Here is something most owners never consider about the licking that happens the moment they walk through the door. Your skin is not just skin to your dog. It is a record. It carries where you have been, what you touched, who you stood near, whether you are tired or stressed or carrying something your dog does not recognize from the outside world. Every surface you encountered today left a trace. And every one of those traces is sitting on your hands and your wrists, waiting to be read. When your dog rushes to lick you the second you arrive home, they are not only celebrating your return. They are running an investigation. Your scent changed while you were away. You moved through environments they have never accessed. You touched things they cannot identify. And before they can fully relax, before you are completely familiar again, they need to process what you brought back with you. That burst of licking after a separation is part reunion, part scan, part update. Your dog is not just saying I missed you. They are saying tell me where you have been. And only once they have gathered what they need, once the unfamiliar layers have been catalogued and you smell like yourself again, does the licking settle. You have been reclaimed. Everything checks out. Now they can relax. This is the one most owners misread entirely. And understanding it changes something important about how you see your dog. Not every lick comes from warmth. Some come from social caution. If your dog licks you when you lean too close over them, when you hold them too tightly, when someone crowds their space, or when the energy in the room becomes tense, that lick is not affection. It is an appeasement signal. A soft, quiet, extremely polite way of saying, I am not looking for conflict. I am trying to keep this moment peaceful. Dogs use this with each other constantly. Small, deliberate behaviors that smooth tension before it has a chance to become confrontation. The lick is one of the oldest tools in that vocabulary. So pay attention to the context. If the licking appears alongside ears held back, a body that has gone still, a head held slightly lower than usual, the message is not please hold me closer. The message is much closer to, I am doing my best to keep things okay here. Recognizing the difference between a comfort lick and an appeasement lick is one of the most important things a dog owner can learn. Because the appropriate response to each one is completely different. Here is something worth sitting with. Licking regulates emotion, and that matters far more than most owners ever realize. Think about the dog who starts licking your hand the moment visitors arrive. Or when the room gets too loud. Or when you pick up your keys and something in the air shifts and they are not sure what comes next. That licking is not excitement. It is not joy. It is your dog reaching for something familiar because they need something steady to hold on to. You are familiar. Your scent. Your skin. The simple physical act of contact with the person their nervous system trusts most. In uncertain moments, licking you is not about communicating, it is about regulating. They are using the sensation of you to bring themselves back to a baseline they can manage. They are not licking you in those moments because they are happy. They are licking you because you are the safest thing available. And that, in its own quiet way, might be the most meaningful lick of all. Your dog does not lick every part of you for the same reason. Location matters. Face licking is the most emotionally loaded. It tends to surface in reunion moments, in moments of deep attachment, in moments when your dog is especially tuned into how you are feeling. It is the most intimate form of the language. Hand licking is more investigative. More practical. Your hands have touched everything, they carry the most information of any surface on your body. But there is a third category that deserves your full attention. When your dog becomes intensely focused on one very specific area, the same patch of skin, day after day, in a way that feels different from everything else, that is when you should pause and pay attention. Dogs can detect changes in body chemistry long before any physical symptom makes itself visible to a human. That does not mean every targeted lick is cause for alarm. But repeated, focused attention on one particular spot, especially if it is new behavior, is worth noticing. Worth monitoring. And sometimes worth mentioning to a professional. Your dog cannot make an appointment. This is how they flag something. We promised you this one at the start. Here it is. If your dog is licking obsessively, not you specifically, but surfaces, the air, the floor, the same patch of furniture over and over, their own paws until the fur changes color, do not file it away as a quirk. Persistent, rhythmic licking with no obvious social trigger is a documented symptom in dogs. Nausea. Acid reflux. Dental discomfort. Skin irritation. Anxiety that has found no other outlet and has settled into a repetitive physical pattern. The licking motion provides temporary, minor relief from oral discomfort, which is why a dog in low-level pain will repeat it again and again in a way that has nothing to do with bonding or affection. The difference is context. A few slow licks when your dog is settled and calm beside you, that is language. A dog licking the air repeatedly, or working at the same corner of a rug for the 10th time today, that is information. And it belongs in a conversation with your vet, not something to watch and wait on. Here is what all of this comes down to. That rough tongue against your skin is not one message. It is a whole conversation, and the meaning shifts every single time based on when it happens, where it lands, how long it lasts, and what the rest of your dog's body is telling you in the same moment. A slow lick in a quiet evening, I am safe with you. A burst of licking when you come home, tell me where you have been. A lick when you hold too tight, please keep this peaceful. A lick when the room gets loud, I need something familiar. A focused lick on one specific spot, pay attention to this. An obsessive lick with no social trigger, something is not right. 6 licks. 6 completely different conversations. And now you speak the language. So the next time your dog's tongue finds your hand, stop for just a second. Read the room. Read their body. And listen to what they are actually saying. Because they have been trying to tell you something specific every single time. You just now have the words to hear it. Subscribe to Raffaloo, Remy has a lot more to say. And now you know how to listen. Paw prints.